All right, January 9th, 2026. It's a Friday. Starting to sleep these lows. Market opens in 5 minutes. We have some unmitigated 15-minute gaps. They're not part of any bigger gaps though, so we just filled this gap, this 30-minute. It's also a 1 hour gap, and we just tapped this 1 hour gap. I want to see us reject this gap and head up to these ones. We just swept this high as well. So if we close below this gap, I want to see us take out all these lows and then head to this. Yeah, I want to see us fill this eventually, not today, but yeah, I want to see us fill this 1 hour. I'll probably just use it as a target because we have a 15-minute down here as well. And then we have news at 10. We have red folder news at 10. All right, market's open. Starting to fill that gap. Or we just filled the 1 hour, I think. We have an unfilled 15-minute up here as well. We just tapped the 15-minute. I want to see us start making structure to reverse, or at least come higher, and then form structure to target the gap fill. We have an SMT, and we just tapped this 15-minute and rejected it. But I would still want to take a short here just because we had a higher time frame sweep of liquidity and a run through of this fair value gap, and then we respected this 15-minute, and I know we're going to want to retest this wick whether we go below it or not. So I would rather take a short from here and target this 5-minute, just to that way we don't like tap this 5-minute and I take a long and then we come down and test this wick again, because this is the range, and if I were to long after we tap this gap, it wouldn't even be at equilibrium. So I would rather like see us sweep this high or retest the gap and then inverse to the downside and then target equilibrium. I'll probably end up having to wait till news anyway. I like where we are for a long. Like we just hit, we retested that wick, but I wanted to see us sweep an internal low before I took a long. I thought we would do it here, but we do have news in a few minutes, so we could take these lows. I like us creating the sell side right before news. There's also buy side. It's kind of choppy though. Here's news. Alright, we just filled the 15-minute. We swept an external low, and we swept an internal low. I'd love to see us inverse this 2-minute, or create a 3-minute and inverse that, or same thing with the 5-minute. Wow, that entry was terrible. Holy. We just closed above this. Oh man, I'm up a lot right now. Holy. I'm gonna close that. I didn't even realize. Okay, I closed early because I wasn't paying attention to how big my stop was, and I don't want to go over my my consistency rule because I want to get funded as early as possible. I don't want to make a lot of money today and then have to trade an extra day. So I'm just gonna cut it, cut it right there. We're up 1044.24. Wow, really good, really good. Patient. That was great. It got really choppy. We waited for news and still didn't see anything. It started to move away from us, or not away from us, but it started to move out, and we just, stayed patient. And then when the time came, we took advantage, and we got a really clean trade, to a really good song too. So that's fun. Yeah, look at that. Biggest move of the day so far, other than pre-market. yeah. Just gonna wait to see if this plays out for backtesting reasons. The reason I didn't target this is just because there's this gap here, and so there's a gap here as well, but this move retraced fully past these candles and this one didn't. We never came back up past this candle. So this, let me highlight it. This area kind of feels like its own consolidation, whereas this area feels like its own consolidation as well. So we consolidated, and then we moved, and then we consolidated again, and then manipulated. And so I would target the first consolidation, and then kind of let the market do its thing after that. Especially just because the RR here is more than I'm used to. Plus, if you want to look at it this way, actually this is a much better way to explain it. This is kind of its own swing high, I guess, on a higher time frame. Like if I zoom out, it actually gets really choppy. But yeah, this is kind of discretionary, I guess. You could hold if you want to on this trade. This just looks like I've seen this before, so I don't know. Like it's retracing, and this is the first candle we've had retrace, so I would rather just get out here. I just want to see if we take this now, because normally this would, if the RR was worse, like if we I'll do it at the same time as this one. Like if we came up and then chopped and then came down and then chopped and then came down and swept the low and then inverse like we did, I would have this as, okay, well I drew it in a way where this is still a 1-to-1, but if it was a lot worse, like if it was like this, I would have the top of this consolidation be my break even, and then I would take the 1-to-1 as like a fair value gap fill or something, or even a fair value gap target just to tap it. So if there's more distance between the two consolidation periods, I would try to get out before. I would rarely ever hold to the top of the consolidation. I would rather get out somewhere in a gap between them, or if I can get a 1-to-1 with the top of the first one, I'd rather do that. Otherwise my break even is set to the first consolidation period. But we did retrace a little bit after tapping this high, which shows price kind of treated this as a swing high. Because if this was all one consolidation, we probably would have just ran it like we did this first one. Because if price was like this and we came up here and then we retraced a little bit, like we just did here, this would have hit our break even. Goated song, by the way. Cool. All right. That's pretty much it from me.